Coming up, it's Week 15 in the NFL, and we'll see the Broncos hosting the Bengals. It's a series Denver's dominated, winning 16 of the last 20. Can they make it 17? Find out next.
We've had a driving rainstorm make its way through the plains, and it definitely is going to be a factor here this afternoon at Power Field at Mile High in Denver. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle. And off we go from Denver. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. The Denver offense ready to take over for the first time. Get a look at their 8th-year quarterback. His first season as a Bronco, though, Teddy Bridgewater.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Bridgewater's throw there, complete to Hamler. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing is Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
Sack, baby. Sack.
But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Throwing, Bridgewater. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. So Charles, first drive here, a little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Time to see this Bengals offense here as they get set for their first drive. And under center, of course, is the #1 pick in the 2020 draft, now in year number 2, Joe Burrow. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball 3, and it's 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good, 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
The numbers a week ago from Melvin Gordon. 22 carries, 102 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. DJ Reader. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Second and 20. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. This defense for the Bengals, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first two drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Burrow will throw. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A draw play for Mixon. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Second and 11. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
This size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Pirine, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5, pickup of 3. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Now it's Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Joseph Osai in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater. And that's off the mark, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Bridgewater. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go, and move on to the next series.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Here we go.
Here's Pirine. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my boys. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
On 2, ready?
Now a carry for Pirine. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now. And now they will throw it with Burrow. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Burrow. Higgins, what a catch. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down. They'll run it here with Pirine. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. We're scoreless after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. Still 9 remaining on second down. P. Ryan again on second down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. Now it's Burrow. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And the Bengals are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
5 yards from the end zone, first and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. Here's Burrow. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow taking it in from a yard out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. KJ Hamler returning it. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. Oh, some strong running. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So following the run by Gordon, here's first and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
That's complete. It's Gordon. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Samaje Perine of the offense heading back out there. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the 2nd quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those too because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
He'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. The 30. 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And I caught a quick glimpse of him before the ball was snapped, and there was something about his body language where you could tell early in this play he wasn't just thinking 1st down. He was thinking end zone, and he got there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Hamler now to return it. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Melvin Gordon leading Denver's offense back out.
He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Bridgewater. That's caught over the middle by Fant. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Bridgewater. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Bridgewater to throw it.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we?
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it. And I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. Here's Higgins out on the right side. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Burrow looking to pass. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Come on, here we go, here we go. Let's get it in.
Now Burrow on 1st down.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
Pirine, draw play. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Tackle made by K'Wan Short.
Pirine again on 2nd down.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Samaje Pirine, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yeah.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Hamler now to return it. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Let's go!
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
35's the mic. I'm here all day.
To throw is Bridgewater. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton.
Bridgewater to Sutton, 1st down Denver.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And his throw here's incomplete.
That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy.
And now it's 2nd down. Bridgewater now. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now Bridgewater. That is taken in by the tight end Fant.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. 2nd down and goal. Bridgewater. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And McManus able to put it through, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Samaje Perine of the offense heading back out there. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. 1st down. Here's Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Von Miller in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19. And the road gets a bit tougher from here. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, And I think they'll try and help him out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll run again with Pirine. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Come on, ready?
From midfield now, Burrow. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Flush to his right.
Now Burrow loses the football.
And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession.
Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now it's Burrow.
Hard throw, incomplete.
So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
There's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Got a man open. It's Sutton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Here's Gordon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Come on, fellas.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. This is Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. DJ Reader there on the tackle. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll take this one down to the 36. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Caught right side, Tate. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. K1 short in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Oh, look at the juke. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Bridgewater's throw taken in here by Patrick. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Bridgewater now from the 50. He's got his tight end fan. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
play action. It's Bridgewater. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing, Bridgewater. He's got it. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal.
Again, Gordon.
And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The kick by McManus is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Here's Dante Pettis on the return.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. He completes it to Tate. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Now they try the right side here. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Bengals on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Burrow's throw caught by Higgins.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. From the 44, Burrow. And this one is incomplete. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 4. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, do you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
And how about this, a fake? But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Bengals set to take over. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
Here's Burrow.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. 2nd and 10.
Now Burrow.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Burrow looking to pass.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return.
Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Bridgewater on first down. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. From the 27, Bridgewater. He's going to float this one deep right side.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, and it's 3rd and short. And this is going to be incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater.
And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbuna.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Bridgewater. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. DJ Reader. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 4th down, they're going. Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals will get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, They can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now it's Burrow. There's a nice move. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And, oh, that would get a wide-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And Denver getting set to take the field.
They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. A time to see what this offense has left in the tank. Dio Dangbo there to make the play defensively. 8 yards to go on second down.
Bridgewater now.
And that's checked down to Gordon.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3rd and short yardage. Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole.
He opted to go with a scramble. Gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
They're going to run. This is Gordon. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Melvin Gordon unable to push his way forward. And the Bengals will get the football back. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Burrow will throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So now Bridgewater and the Broncos down by 12. 1:45 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Bengals grab it, and that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown.
The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And that one makes this a 19-point game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos are about set to go on offense.
And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy.
And that'll bring up 2nd down. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater.
Got a man, it's Jeudy, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
This is Gordon on the dump off. Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. He completes this to Sutton. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an app.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. Staying on his feet. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Bridgewater to throw it. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Broncos are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Cincinnati, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.